you are in position to help somebody. But until then, you do not understand the true significance of what God's word has to say, because some of us are speaking in a barbaric. Yeah, some of us are walking around talking about speaking barbaric. Why? Because we don't understand what God's word has to say to our spirit. And the only way that you and I are going to be able to help others. See, you know what I found out? You know what I found out, brothers and sisters? What I found out is we need to learn how to get ourselves. See, watch this. Now, this is not a shouting message. This is to help some folks. Because people come to church, they want to be fed. They need to hear a word from God. They need to be filled deep in their spirit. They need to walk out there knowing that I am protected by God. And if I just take the time out and understand what he has to say, then I can make it. But now watch this. When you are dealing with folk, when you are dealing with folk that are just as blind as you are. Paul made it clear. Paul said, in verse 11, he said, therefore, if I know not the meaning of the voice, I shall be unto him that speaketh a barbarian. And he that speaketh shall be a barbarian. Meaning that's the only way that I'm going to understand you is that you a barbarian, I'm a barbarian. Okay? All right? But a barbarian cannot understand what God has to say. Because they have their own way of thinking. They have their own way of speaking. Are y'all here? And so what God is saying to us, what he's saying to us, and watch this in 19. Keep your Bibles open at 19. I'm getting ready to close. In 19, he said, yet in the church. Look at what Paul is saying. Paul is saying, yet in the church. I had rather speak 5 words. Let me share this with you. Whatever it is that God has to say in your spirit, let it be from God. And all you got to do is speak a word.